doing okay now? There we go. Now we're working. No audio at the moment. Now we got the audio going. Okay. Every time I do one of these streams, there's something that kind of doesn't work. But I got it going now. I did a little update to the way my computer is connected to our internet. So hopefully we don't have any dropouts this time. All right. Well, there we go. Looks like we've got the audio working. We got the green light. We're streaming. No drop frames. Welcome to the weekly Naked and Famous Denim Raw Denim live stream right here on the internet. My name is Bahzad.
My name's Risa.
That's right. And we're here to answer all of your denim, raw denim related questions. We're going to tell you about Naked and Famous Denim stuff. We're going to have some fun chats with you guys in the audience here. I see a lot of familiar faces. We are streaming live from Yokohama, Japan. Let us know where you're tuning in from in the world, in the live chat, or if you're tuning in later on, in the comment section below. I was about to say something, now I forgot. Oh yeah, let's bless you. Bless you. Let's start off with a like and subscribe call. So we're going to start the live stream there. Don't forget to like this stream that you're watching right now. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. This helps us out. You know, it helps us grow the channel. It helps us become a little bit more findable on the internets there for people who are looking for raw denim related content. I think we are the most consistent raw denim related YouTube entity there is. So that said, welcome. Let's go to the chat and see. Let's check in with everybody. We got Rights W5. Hello from Birmingham, UK. We got Francisco Michael. Awesome. Sounds great now. We got the audio working. Right, Will Stocks, hello from London, UK. Francisco Michael is checking in from Chicago. Howdy from Portland. We've got Iwallen. Envy from New Jersey. Joey D. Hello, Bahzad and Raised. Hello, Bahzad and Raised, I said. Bahzad and Raised. Can't even read my own names. My names and your names. Shane Delahunty. Hey, from the PNW. We got Black Buddha. The Black Buddha. I'm not sure what the PNW is. You're going to have to let us know.
Pacific Northwest.
Pacific Northwest. All right. Well, there you have it. Black Buddha from NYC. Oddly enough, we get a lot of, religious characters in the chat every now and then. We've got Black Buddha here.
Oh,
Jesus Christ has made an appearance.
Christ,
yeah. Thanks for selecting the right YouTube channel to be on. Thanks for tuning in. I always knew you guys were interested in raw denim. Pedro Cortez, hey, Northwest Indiana, Morty G's. Morty, geez, Selvedge, that's what you're wearing. Let me know what you guys are wearing today. We'll do a fit check of our own in just a minute. The Catman, hello from Chicago, new fit day. Received my Canada Day sale items. Sheesh, knocked it out of the park. Wow, that was some fast shipping, I'll tell you that much.
Well, we started the sale on
Wednesday, and it is Friday today.
Yeah. Well, Friday today nobody worked.
That's
in
true.
The warehouse.
Yeah.
So
it
must have came out on Thursday.
Right.
Or Wednesday.
Or Wednesday. And the reason why nobody is working today, other than us, is because on July 1st, for those of you who don't know, it is Canada Day. Canada Day. Canada
Happy
celebrates
Canada Day,
its birthday. How old are we? I don't know. 150 something years old. Yeah, I don't know how old we are. I guess we could Google it, but
you don't even know how old you are.
I barely remember my own age, so you know what? I think I get a pass.
Yeah.
So it is Canada Day today. We celebrate it much the same as America's 4th of July. America's birthday is coming up this Monday, so that's why we call it the Can America Day sale or the Americana Day sale. Sometimes I switch them around. Because our two nations, they kind of go together when you spell them in a particular way.
America, that I think is better because you get both fully. Whereas Can America, it's like Canada only gets can.
I guess. But you get Canada. I don't know. Anyways.
No.
You get Can America. Doesn't matter. At some point when our countries merge, We'll rename the country
It's
Americanada.
gonna be called Americanada.
Yeah, I think I would.
There's no way Canada goes first. Also.
Maybe in some kind of concession, they'll be like, okay, look, we'll let you have the start. You gotta join us.
No.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should Canada and America join powers and become... And then Mexico.
If
that would be great.
Then that's just gonna be.
Let's just be North America. Let's just be North America. Boom. That'll be great. The amount of... Imagine when people talk about North American cuisine. We'd have such a variety.
Just two kinds, though. I mean,
I guess Canada and America is very similar. What would be the official Canada food? That is a good question.
Tacos.
Tacos.
Yeah, like American tacos.
Okay, so
right?
I like American tacos. They're very good. You know, we're here in Japan, and there's not a lot of Mexican food here. Although we have found a pretty good place recently. But yesterday we were walking by a Taco Bell, which are few and far between in this country, by the way, and they serve beer here. We didn't go in, but I was shocked that on the outside, on the thing, they had a you could get like tacos and beer.
Tacos. Yeah,
pretty interesting. You can't do that in America, right? I don't think so.
I think KFC in this country, I don't know about now, but at some point had beer.
Right.
Yeah. There's a lot of fast food here that serves beer.
Well, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It seems like the proper American thing to do. Right? Pedro Cortez writes, I passed on the sale. We have... Oh, I mentioned we had a sale going on. I passed the sale. I got too many jeans currently. Glad there was nothing I had to have. Well, that's okay. You don't always have to shop for every sale. The sale that is going on right now, let me just go over the details of the summer sale. So it's going on at Tate and Yoko and at Naked Famous Denim NYC. Slightly different promotions going on at Naked and Famous Denim NYC. Because we only have the current collection items. There isn't as many like sale items in there. So they do have some sale items that were marked down 20% off. Those have been marked down to 30% off. And then we added all of the spring summer 22 tops. All the tops have been marked down to 30% off. So that's going on. That's on sale now. It'll end on July 6th. On July 6th, it'll go back down. It'll go to 20% off, and then it'll sit around there for a few weeks until we flip the store into fall winter mode. So they're gonna have to send all the stuff back to HQ. That'll get absorbed into Tate and Yoko's inventory. So yeah, if you want to get a great deal on spring summer shirts, right now is a great time to do that. At least with the current collection, if you head over to Tate and Yoko, we certainly have some older season stuff in there. Sizing is a lot more limited. I did get a few emails about, hey, you guys don't have a lot of sizes available. Like, I mean, I understand but I don't have... The reason why some stuff is on sale is because it's a little bit older. We've got, a couple of pieces left in the warehouse. We're trying to make some room here. So, we mark it down to encourage, that stuff to move. So, what's going on at Tate and Yoko? Our normal sales section is 20% off, 40% off, and 60% off. Those have all been shifted to 30, 50, and 70% off. We have a selection of jeans for $98, including some stuff that really doesn't go on sale very often or ever. Like the gray selvage is in there, the deep indigo selvage. Those are both $98. You can't beat that. Those are some great jeans right there. The ash black is in there. Indigo duck is in there. Great options for $98. And then we have a bunch of like non-Naked Famous Denim items at 15% off. Epperson Mountaineering. We've got Upstate Stock. So I know there's some like wintry items in there, like the Upstate Stock caps and things like that. But like winter's just around the corner, guys. So it's a great deal. Great time now if you want to pick up like some caps and gloves and things like that. So
yeah, it's going to be cold some point.
Right, it's going to be colder sooner than later. Although sooner it's going to be hotter. It's going to be hotter
first.
It's going to be hotter first.
Oh, yeah. It's been really hot in this.
It's been very hot here in Japan.
Part of the world.
Yeah. All right. So that's what's going on with the sale. Take advantage if you see something you like. I know right now there's a lot of great tops. If you need to beat the heat, if you need to beat the summer heat, a great time to take advantage of that. Okay, back to the chat. First name, last name writes, Chipotle sells beer.
Yes.
All right. Good for Chipotle. I haven't had Chipotle in a long time.
We only have Chipotle in
Las Vegas. Yeah.
But yeah, I like Chipotle. Yeah. It's very, very easy to eat.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with Chipotle. Yeah. Shout outs to the good people at Chipotle for making a quality product. What was the Mexican restaurant you guys like up there? Tough to find good places in Japan. That's what Dawson writes. I think Risa's looking it up right now. It's
the one that we recently found was in Yokohama. It's near Yokohama Station.
Yeah.
It's called Commodore de Margarita.
Something.
Yeah. So that one is a pretty good one.
And what's the mall name that it's in?
Newman
Mall at Yokohama Station. It's like the 6th floor. It's like a luxury mall.
I thought it was like 8th floor. Yeah. Commodore de Margarita.
Commodore de Margarita.
Yeah.
Yokohama Station. Newman Mall.
Yeah. And then we go to Junkadelic
near Ibisu. Is it Ibisu? No.
Near between Nakameguro and Utenji Station.
Oh, right. Nakameguro.
It's kind of far from
it's a bit of a walk.
Stations, but it is.
You'll need the walk because you're going to get so gordo from eating all the delicious Mexican food that you need the walk.
I'm just trying to find one more there's the one a fancy one and downstairs in the basement floor of a Mejidori between Harajuku and wait,
I don't.
Harajuku and up there, Kitasanto.
You'll remember it.
But it's a very fancy one, but it's very nice.
So there you have it. If you need some Mexican food recommendations, let us know. We'll mention them in the chat afterwards. We'll put some links there. When you come to Japan, when you come to the Tokyo area or Yokohama, which I would recommend people come out to Yokohama. A lot of people don't. It's easy to get to from Tokyo. There's lots of stuff to do around here. So yeah. Yeah,
Yokohama Station. Yokohama is not that great, but
they do have that cool right. But if you like luxury stuff, they have a big old luxury mall there, which would probably be a little bit less crowded than going to Ginza or Omotesando area. And then there's what's it called?
Minato Mirai.
Yeah, Minato Mirai. That's
that probably pops up in their tourist list of things.
And Yokohama Bay there with the ships and the Chinatown. Yokohama, it doesn't get enough love, I have to say. But if you make it out here, come out to Yokohama. Check it out. Okay. Francisco Michael, some Cantina Taco Bell locations serve beer and margaritas here in downtown Chicago.
Oh, whoa. They have
a fancy Taco Bell.
Adult Taco Bell.
That's cool. Will Stocks, you guys should make a tour of Yokohama. I would love to. Every week I tell myself I'm gonna start a vlog, and then I never start the vlog. I just don't know how to start, and I do feel weird talking into a camera when nobody's there.
And it's also you can't take things in the same way if you have a camera and you're trying to capture things and feel the space all the time.
I feel my strength is speaking to you guys in this manner. I feel very
but a lot of people do is do this but on the street and just chop it up and then cut it in put it in a short video.
That could be a thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, it'll come because I do have this desire to make these kinds of videos. But I just have to get the confidence and maybe a little bit of the knowledge on how to do that. Which actually I shouldn't mention it. I won't mention it, but on July 15th, we talked about the July 15th live stream being a good one because we're going to be back in Montreal. We're going to have more previews to show everybody. We might also have a special guest.
Okay.
A very special guest.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
A very special guest might be joining us on the 15th on that live stream. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to say it because this is a good surprise. But that's all I'm going to say. So there you have it. Candyman writes, nice tiger shirt, mind showing how it fits. I don't mind at all. Let's do it. Let's do the fit check today. I've got my indigo tiger shirt, so that's it. I'm wearing a size medium in our Aloha shirt. I am 5'8", about 160 and change pounds. So I'm fluctuating. So the mediums fit me perfectly. I'm very happy with it. And on my legs, I'm wearing my left-hand twills. These are pretty heavily worn, many years of wear.
A lot of holes.
A lot of holes.
Ventilation.
Yeah. So, yeah, these are, you know what? I showed these off the other day on my personal Instagram. I've been really updating my Indigo Invitational jeans. I've just been doing fit updates kind of, almost every day. Follow me on Instagram, Bahzad, BAHZADT, and you can see my updates on my Indigo Invitational pair, which are the raw cotton slubs, which I have back there, which I'll give you guys an update on them there, and and on my other faded jeans too. So definitely, if you like that kind of stuff, you might want to check that out. Okay, we've got Eric Bennett. Come out to Yokohama. We'll get together, have a few laughs. Sure thing, Eric. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
I will. Yeah.
Do we have a viewer in Yokohama?
If we got a viewer in Yokohama, we'll definitely hang out.
Yeah.
Just send me a DM on my Instagram, BahzadT, and we'll arrange it. Or anyway, we'll figure it out. Just contact me. Happy to hang out. And speaking of hangouts, we got to organize a New York hangout. We got to organize a Montreal hangout. Toronto hangout, maybe. My Toronto schedule is very busy. So but maybe we can fit in a slice of pizza or something somewhere at some point. So
nice.
If you're in Toronto, if you're in Montreal, if you're in New York, leave a comment in the comment section. I want to gauge how many people there are, and then we'll try to organize something. Get a slice of pizza, go bowling. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Montreal would be kind of cool to go bowling if we get a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Bowling.
We do have pretty,
Yeah.
a lot of days in Montreal, so
yeah,
we might be able to.
So we'll do that.
Proper.
Yeah. Pedro Cortez, how's the weight loss going? How much left to go? I was very aggressive with my diet at one point, which I was able to drop like 10 pounds pretty quickly, but
which I don't understand why, because I was following the same schedule and I was not losing.
Our physicalities are clearly different. Also, the amount of calories I need to function in a day are different than what you need to function in a day. So even if a reduced calorie diet for me helps me lose weight, it might just maintain you.
But at the same time, I'm not gaining the same.
Right, you're not gaining.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's the calorie difference.
I don't know how this all works.
Yeah.
Eric Bennett, that was a Die Hard reference, but you guys are so awesome taking it for real. Oh, all right.
Oh, I don't know too much about.
Oh, right. I don't remember. I vaguely remember that line now.
They go to Japan.
No, because in the first Die Hard, it was like the Japanese conglomerate.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it Japanese?
Or in the 80s, where there were a lot of movies with the evil Japanese.
Well, I mean, they were taking over.
They were taking over. Pete McLeod, Bahzad T. My name is actually Bahzad. T is my Trinos is my last name. So BAHZAD is my first name. It's such an interesting name. If you don't mind, what is your nationality or background? I don't mind at all. My nationality is Canadian, I guess, by birth. My mother is Iranian. My dad is Filipino. They're also both kind of mixed as well. So there's some, Russian in there, Turkish in there, Chinese in there. So I'm a little bit of everything. And Bahzad is a Persian name. Yeah, it means born lucky, which I think it came true. I think I'm a lucky guy.
Good for you.
Yeah, I think I think I've been very very blessed with my luck. So I think whoever named me, or if my mom named me without anybody's input, thanks mom for giving me the right name.
Yeah, you would think that it's your mom.
Well, maybe my grandma suggested. I don't know. Maybe somebody could have chimed in there and suggested that. But the name is appropriate. It is a forgettable name for a lot of people, so I have to say that, you know.
It's not forgettable. I think it's just hard to get when you like hear it in your ears. The first time I met you, like I knew it sounded kind of weird, but I could not remember your name
because you don't hear it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know how to spell, so like it's
I don't know how to spell either, but that's a different story. Also, some people think it's David. For some reason, when I say my name Bahzad, some people hear David. So I have been known as David by some people
for a lot of similarities.
And I never corrected them.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they call you David and they're trying to be nice, and I'm just sometimes you don't realize how long you might know somebody. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Yeah. And then it just rolls on, and then I'm like, I cannot correct you.
Yeah, because it embarrasses them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You don't want to put that on them.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my name is Risa, and like on the phone and stuff, like people call me Teresa all the time.
Right.
All of the time.
Because Risa, R-I-S-A, is really Lisa, L-I-S-A, but Japanese. Mm-hmm. So it's Risa, Lisa, Japanese. Yeah, anyways.
But with like, especially like in the conversation, like, oh, what's your name, Risa? They kind of like automatically like feel like they didn't hear the
ter part. Yeah. I understand. I'm never offended. Also, it's okay. I have no. Somebody screws up my name, doesn't remember my name, calls me. Doesn't matter. It's not important. It's just.
And all that like Starbucks cup things that you get sometimes. It's just so bizarre.
Yeah. What's your name? At Starbucks, I just tell them my name is Zad. Like Z-A-D. I'm like, they're never gonna spell Bahzad. I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. Just call me Zad or Jesus. Sometimes they go with Jesus. Just because of the beard and the long hair. Sometimes you're like, wow, that's appropriate. Thank you. So there you have it. That's my name, and that's where it comes from. Ronaldo. Say Ronald. See, it even happens to me. I don't read things properly. Ronaldo Ramirez, Los Angeles Hangout. When we come out to LA, we will definitely. We'll definitely do that.
Want to do that.
Yeah. So hopefully
that would be nice.
That would be very nice. I'm in Chicago, but would absolutely head up to Montreal. That's the Catman. Oh, we appreciate that. That's for sure. So I'm sure we will have some people come out, and we'll, as you know, if you're going to come out from far, certainly appreciate that.
Yeah, and hopefully by then we would have the Montreal.
Yeah, the Montreal jean will be out. So we can organize something around the release. So if you come up, you'll be able to get the new Montreal edition La Belle Provence jean. And then hopefully we are able to come out to Chicago. I know that during our trade show planning, so right now our schedule is to go to New York, then we'll be in Vegas, we'll be in New York, then we'll be in Montreal, then we're going to be in Toronto, then we'll be back in Montreal, then we're going to be in Vegas. Mm-hmm. So the New York and the Vegas part are trade shows, but we were hoping to go to Chicago. But the Chicago trade show and the Las Vegas trade show were kind of the same dates, so we're not able to do that. Hopefully next time we can go in the winter. So hey, we'll see.
Winter in Chicago.
Yeah. I'm not afraid. No cold weather. No problem. Okay. The Catman. Had a coworker call me Steve for at least a year. My name is PJ. All right. First time it happened, I thought I misheard. Then it just got too awkward to correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd. That's odd. Farron Farrow writes, I'm Hillbilly. My wife is Filipina. Our daughter is Philbilly. All right. I like that.
What? Is this a joke?
No, I think he's being... That's good. That's good. I like it. Farron Farrell wore my real gold selvage today and looked like $1 million. You will look like $1 million wearing the real gold selvage. We just posted a wear fade progress photos of the real gold selvage on our Instagram. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, the jeans are all faded out, but the gold is still shining so bright. It looks great. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for inspiration photos of how that denim will fade, go check out our latest Instagram post. Okay. Vitaly, have a collection of coffee shop cups with my name misspelled in various ways. My personal favorite is Wu Tangly.
That's funny.
The Catman Wu Tangly is awesome name for sure. I wonder, there's got to be, if you do work in a coffee shop and your job is to write the name, tell me, is it something you do on purpose? I'm sure you get a kick out of it, right?
Yeah.
There's got to be
100%.
somebody in your amongst your ranks that is like, yeah, I do this on purpose.
Yeah, to make people happy.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good service, to be fair.
Abel S in the house. Hello from France, from Lyon. Welcome. Venomous Teddy writes, which fits will the Quebec vulgar be in? Weird, easy, and super? You got it. It's going to be in the 3 classic menswear fits: super guy, weird guy, and easy guy. We'll probably extend that out to ladies at some point, and then the true guy at some point. So when we get to Montreal, there's a lot of things for us to approve, including the true guy fit. So that'll get into proper production sooner than later. Okay. Is there a fabric you haven't seen a faded version of yet, but are excited for? Philip Edgezak, right? Edgezak.
Yes, a lot.
What is the one that I'm the most excited for to see? Yeah, actually, I don't know. That's not a. I don't have. That might require me some. The problem is we put out a lot of jeans, a lot, and I don't remember them all. Right, my brain is in a lot of different seasons at the same time, and then I might. You know what happens is I'll see like an image of a faded one. I'm like, oh yeah, that one. That one's amazing. So sometimes it takes me a minute to remember like some previous season items.
Yeah.
But the ones that I like seeing the most are the light blue ones, like the sky blue, summer sky. Anything in that range that we do. Those ones I like seeing faded ones of because they get to be so like they're already light, and then because I like jeans that are like the lightest possible. Like I love it when they're like so faded. So when I see those ones getting faded, like I know that there's some people might not be wearing that year round, right? When the winter months they prefer darker jeans. So I guess you can fade them faster because there's less indigo on them. But anyways, I do like seeing those ones faded the most. Or sometimes, we have a jean that we did a long, long time ago called the Raised Selvedge, which was, this is before your time. It was a denim that was surface scratched on the front and on the back. So it was like, it felt like felt. And I've seen faded ones of those.
You mean brushed?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, like seeing some of like the non-traditional raw fabrics get faded, those ones are also very interesting for me to see. Yeah. Pedro Cortez, Beda's the most excited for the toxic elephant. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Yeah, that's not in the works yet. Yeah, and like that would be that'll see if we were to do a heavyweight like alternating twill, it wouldn't be selvage. So
alternating 12 in general wouldn't be salvage.
I'm sure we could do it, but the price would be through the moon.
So.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
All right.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I've never seen it.
I think it's because there isn't because the alternating 12 has to be on a certain machine.
Yeah,
so
maybe on a selvage machine and like a jacquard loom, maybe they could do it.
Yeah, but jacquard,
no,
there's no selvage jacquard.
Sure, there is.
I've never seen it.
All right. Anyways, we'd have to investigate it. But yeah, I don't know. At some point, a heavyweight like version of the Toxic Avenger fabric, or like the Frankenstein, like a really heavyweight, 18 ounce plus.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Cool.
Francisco Michael, I go by Frank, but people always call me Rick, especially over the phone at work. Weird.
Yeah, certain things is like I don't know how it happens, but it does happen. I guess.
Abel S. Redcast Selvage heavyweight. We just did one with the Friday the 13th. Yeah. So that came out last fall. Yeah, that came out last fall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those sold out fast, real fast.
In like minutes.
Yeah. Holy cow, cow. Holy
Yeah.
cow, did that sell out fast.
Yeah. I was a little, sad because like, we had good images, good like really things to talk about, but because it sold so fast that we just, there wasn't like a point to continue talking about it, I guess. I don't know.
I'm looking forward to seeing faded of those also. More faded ones of those.
Would be...
and the Nightmare on Elm Street. So there's the horror stuff. So there is more horror stuff to come. That is, we've confirmed it for not this Halloween. So there is no horror event for this Halloween coming up. But for Halloween 23, it's Halloween 23.
Got pushed really
it got pushed a little bit. That's because we've got JoJo's coming in. The JoJo stuff is gonna start trickling out probably end November, and then it's gonna work its way into the early spring summer 23. So probably January, February-ish. So from like November to February, maybe a little bit later, we'll see. We've got JoJo's. Yeah. So we're gonna have a bunch of releases with that.
There's a lot of releases like for the, obviously we have the full fall.
Yep.
And on top of that, we have
MIJ.
2 MIJs coming up.
2 MIJs.
And JoJo's like 5 jeans.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of videos to be made. A lot of videos to be made for fall. So, we got a big season. Fall's gonna be huge. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little scared because there's still a lot of stuff to do. But there's always a relief when the product gets out and people are excited for it. They're happy to get it. I work very good under this pressure. I guess it just drives me to like, gotta make the video, gotta make the content, gotta put this out, gotta talk it up, gotta make sure everybody knows that it's happening. Like,
yeah. But I think this like release schedule really keep us in the proper path so that we don't overload too much. Because we wouldn't have 5 releases in 1 week.
Yeah. In a long time ago, we used to just kind of release everything. And as it came in, so like different fits weren't available at the same time, and it was very, it didn't make a lot of sense because we also didn't get a chance to really talk about anything that came out. So, there were no blog posts, there were no videos, and now that we can do it in a much more organized way, each item we can spend a lot of time to tell you about it, educate you about it, and whether or not you get it or not, you can still at least absorb the information about that fabric, about that production. Yeah. So
I like it. Like, it's not really like so much like, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's common in like apparel to just like have the season staggered out. So I think some like wholesale customers of ours might have a hard time receiving like new fall
like
item
week.
at like the end of fall or like but at the same time I feel like it just really like we're building something here where like it just keeps everything in focus. We're in proper mode for each product.
I think I say it every season, but the tops are the things that we need to talk about a little bit more.
Yeah.
Every season they come out, we got fantastic tops, and we actually spend just as much time making the tops collection, as we do the bottoms. Maybe not as much. Maybe I wouldn't say 50-50, but it's pretty hot. We spend a lot of time on tops. That's for sure. So yeah, sometimes there's stories that we just can't tell, and it's great because there's the product copy when you go to the product page, and you can see the photos, but sometimes there's a lot more to how a fabric is made than looking at it and saying, oh, it looks nice. But like, I know like we're information nerds. I know if you're in this live stream, you're certainly an information nerd, and like you want to know, what made it, how it's made, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, we gotta give you what you want, I guess. Yeah.
With tops, though, I mean, there's kind of like, there's fabrics that are really complicated to explain.
Yeah.
And there's fabrics that are just like, it just looks cool.
Sometimes it's a nice print
or it feels nice.
Yeah.
It drapes nice for some reason.
That is certainly, with a lot of our fabrics, it is the touch. And that is often hard to communicate online.
Right.
Yeah, especially in the fall, because we use a lot of brushed fabrics, heavyweight fabrics, and it's
but
hard.
Even within brush, like there's, you have to feel it to see the difference of like, oh, this is nice and brushed flannel between like that and like, wow, this is
like it feels like cashmere.
Yeah.
Like it's so soft. So yeah, I don't know if like doing more macro photography to show how fluffy the fabric is.
Yeah.
We gotta somehow share that a little bit more. But anyways, we do have the overview video, so at least we give the shirts a moment of time to be explained. But yeah, I think that's one thing we can certainly improve on. A tatami denim really faded would be awesome. Yeah, that's right. We do have plans on, making that photo archive of faded photos. So we certainly have a lot of faded jeans in our collection. We just have to take, high res photos of them and get those on the website. Maybe on nakedfamousdenim.com have a section, of just faded photos. It's coming. The Black Buddha. Even if I don't buy the new pair, I really enjoy learning about what makes it different, unique, or about the process. Yeah, and that's why we make these videos. Certainly, it's if you're looking to buy it, there's all the information for you, or it's just information for people who are interested in denim in general. I mean, the amount of tech review videos I watch. I mean, sometimes I just like knowing. I'm not going to buy everything I see. It's impossible. But, whether it's a new Bluetooth speaker, a new phone, or, a new battery charger, whatever it is, I like to know what's going on, what the new technologies are. So I kind of treat these videos in that same way when we make them. So I know that there's different audiences that are watching them. So I'm glad that you're enjoying them. Todd Hackett. Garrett is a cameras guy. You should get him on those pics. Yeah.
As good as he is with camera, he's also doing 100 million other things too.
Yeah. He is taking those photos when he gets the chance. But yeah, he is also the manager of Tate and Yoga. He's doing a lot of stuff at the same time. He does do a lot of photos for us. Don't get me wrong. He takes a lot of pictures. It's just, it'll happen. It'll happen. We are a small team, but we will get it. Pedro Cortez. Naked Famous needs a trusted team of interns to handle all the videos that you don't have time to make, like for shirts and other items like the belts and card holders. We don't need a trusted team of interns. I will gladly hire someone who wants to be like a dedicated video person at Naked Famous Denim. We've put the call out before, and in the past, here's the problem. We put the call out before, and practically everybody who showed up was either, we say that we're looking for a full-timer, and then they come in and they're like, oh yeah, I'm looking to freelance. And it's like, you've just absolutely wasted my time. Not only do you not want to we need someone to do this as a full-time job, right? You want to freelance, you want to just show up when you want to show up. It's not going to work for us. And then you also don't even know anything about raw denim at all. Like, you don't know what we do, what we're about. So how are you going to tell our story, right? I don't want to sit there and explain everything to you for an hour and a half about what you have to do to make the video. I want you to know what you have to do to make the video. So you need to be a raw denim guy. Let me put it to you this way. If you're a raw denim guy with like half the skills of a pro, you're already hired.
Yeah.
Right?
And also, like, you don't need to be a raw denim guy if you are willing to be a raw denim guy.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's
You
not
need
like
to
we're
know
not gonna-
enough, right?
I don't think it's even knowledge. I think it's interest.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be interested to learn things and do it.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
like fashion, apparel,
Yeah.
you know, how things are made.
Yeah. I think if you're interested in that kind of stuff, like, not necessarily maybe you have no like prior knowledge in raw denim, you could make a very good employee, because, you know, then it's just because sometimes, you know, like, it's like, oh, I like this, but if you're not, you know, like, maybe you like fashion, but if you're not interested in the details
Yeah.
of fabric and stuff like that, then maybe that's not really for you.
So, yeah, when people were coming in, it was mostly people who wanted to freelance. You know, yeah, I'll make a video for you. I'm like, yeah, I need someone to do this consistently. You know, and then you'd get, yeah, that was most of it. The other thing about Montreal, oddly enough, there's a website called the Corn Hub that is like HQ is in Montreal, and like half the videographers in the city work for that company. So like everybody's reel that they were sending me, and I'm just like, this is a safe for work office, guys. Can't watch your reel. So yeah, that was it. And like anyway, so a lot of people come from that industry, which is fine. But like, you know, again,
it's kind of appropriate.
I guess it's kind of appropriate. Maybe they saw Naked
Famous.
and Famous Denim. They thought it was a different thing. So maybe that's how we attracted that. But if you are in the Montreal area, you're a raw denim guy. When I say guy, I'm girl or boy. It doesn't matter, right? If you're a raw denim enthusiast, you want to make videos, you want to make content, we want to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to reach out, send us a resume, DM me, we'll figure it out. But certainly, that would be, we're looking for that person. Somebody's asking, a good question, and I'm going to give a very brief answer on it. Hey guys, I remember you guys used to do a lot of collabs beforehand with other denim brands. What happened? You know, we haven't done that in a while.
Mm-hmm.
They just started ripping us off. So we stopped working with them. And when I say ripping us off, literally, I'm not going to name names, but I'm going to say what has happened. You know, they make the deal in the past was, you know, we would use their fabric. You know, they might have had a signature fabric or something, and then it would be in our fit. And then suddenly, our fit was in their collection, and they started telling all of their customers that, and I know this for a fact, that they were, oh yeah, we're selling their number one fit by name. They would put us in their, you know, email blast when they're sending to their customers, and we knew this because our customers were telling us. They're saying, oh yeah, so we have their fit now, and it's their number one fit, and now we're selling it. And like, hey, like, you know, there's one thing to be like, we have a fit that is a tapered leg or a skinny leg, very, very popular fit, and you sell it like that. But to then just say it's the Naked and Famous Denim weird guy, you know, it's their number one fit, and now we're selling it, that's not cool. So things like that were happening, and we just decided that, you know what? Let's not hand anybody else our success and give them the platform to do that. So they can do their own thing. I'm not saying that happened with everybody. Didn't happen with everybody, but it happened often enough that we don't do that anymore. So
and also maybe it's just like, you know, the directions are kind of, you know, like we're I think sometimes it's hard to see like that like maybe back then we were seeing like, you know, the proper marriage of these two brands like in the product form like really clearly. These days it might be a little different. Like the brands are going
sure
a little different directions.
Yeah. So that's that. If it ever happens again, you know, it might, but it's you know, our current, you know, property-based collaborations, I think, have been much stronger So
And also, like, you know, the benefit of those like collaboration with those brands that we could have made in Japan jeans, but
right,
we also
have our own made in Japan
collection.
Yeah.
So
Which I would argue, I'm not even going to argue, I'm going to say flat out, it's the best made Japanese jean in the world. We like, detail for detail, fit, you name it, our made in Japan jeans are absolutely the best. Dominant, the best fabrics, the best fits, the best details, you name it, we crushed it. And
for the price point,
yeah,
we put it out.
Yeah, there's nothing, you can't touch us. And I'm gonna get into like a little cocky mode. You can't touch us. Like, in terms of creativity, in terms of our fits, in terms of our innovation, in terms of our speed of delivery, in terms of the amount that we put out, variety, in terms of educating the customer base. I mean, I remember how much we would get roasted, right, in the real raw denim community when we would put out a stretch jean or a colored weft, or, oh my god, look at that gimmick. And like, I just don't see that anymore. Like, I'm like, oh, all these real brands are putting out our gimmick now and they're just eating it up. And it's like, who do you think influenced all of that? I mean, everybody is walking in our shadows, but it's in our shadows because they don't have the innovation, they don't have the spirit, they just don't have the creativity. They just look at what we did and they're like, let's do it. Let's copy their pocket flasher style, let's copy their name style, let's copy their fits. They wouldn't even make a skinny jean. These are brands who were like, we won't even make skinny jeans. When we would do the collaboration and put out the skinny jean, that was our first skinny jean. And people were buying it. And they're like, oh my god, I can't believe people are buying skinny jeans. I'm like, yeah, because you don't know. You don't know. So, yeah, that's my angry rant for a second there. But
well, it's part of it is like, you know, when you collaborate with brands, like, it's supposed to be a partnership, whereas, like, you know, mutual benefits occurs, but like, you know, a lot of the times that was just very one way.
Yeah.
So I guess that's also part of it, that we just didn't see a point in those.
Right. I didn't need to advertise for somebody else when clearly it wasn't reciprocal. So
it's fun thing to like, you know, like work on things like that too. But like, you know, like there's like details that like that brand had that we didn't even think of to add, and we just add it, and after that we don't copy it because that's their signature. Like, we're not gonna do that. But you know, some people don't have the same courtesy.
No. Pedro Cortez, hammer time. Yeah, it's hammer time. Talking shit. Look, I just have been through a lot of the politics of this whole, you know, raw denim world, and I just remember, you know, we were nobody when we started, and we were treated, you know, fairly and unfairly in a lot of ways, and I just don't see the way that we were treated so unfairly being reciprocated back when we are absolutely the inspiration for the raw denim world right now. If our coattails are being ridden on by everyone, and everyone's just cool with it, and like, and just the acknowledgement of that is not even, I'm the only one voicing it, you know? Like, and people are just, oh wow, that's amazing. I'm like, you know, where do you think they got that idea? Like, literally, I can imagine that their like next production meeting is like, oh, let's go look at Naked and Famous's website and see what they made last season and copy that. I'm like, okay, good. You can copy our last season stuff. We're already past it. We're already moving on, and we're gonna keep going. Next season, we're gonna put out like 12 jeans, and the season after that, we're gonna put out 12 jeans. You can put out your 2. I know it's really hard, right? You guys, great. You know, you're gonna do a good job of that. But yeah, just my advice is be original, be yourselves, and you know what? I'm not gonna offer advice to anybody. How about that? How about you go figure it out yourself?
And
you want my advice? You can pay
mad
me.
about certain brands, and I agree with that. Just to be clear, there are good brands that we worked.
Yes.
The memory of working with them was very nice and pleasant and respectful. There's a bunch of brands like that too.
Yeah.
These are things about like a certain.
All right. I'm not naming brands.
Yeah.
Certainly, we have great relationships still today with certain brands, but some of them not as pleasant. So, yeah, that's that. And even brands we never like that were supposed to happen. Right? There were things that were supposed to happen that, you know, they got canceled midway after, you know, time and money and effort were spent, and, you know, for reasons. Again, I'm not going to get into those, but there's a lot of behind the scenes shadiness that sometimes has gone on in this industry, and you know, I'm not going to air anyone's laundry, but that question comes up every now and then. Oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? That's the reason, and we'll leave it there. All right. That was a rant for the live. That was the Bahzad angry rant for the live stream. Hope you enjoyed it. Sound the rant siren. I need a button. I need one of those. I
just like the fact that like we don't plan these conversations, but like organically, there's always one like big rant.
Yeah, there's always one. You know, there's always, you guys know how to rile me up every now and then. It's fine. I like it. The Catman. But what about the Audio Technica headphone collab? I do want to do that.
Yeah, that's a great. Yeah, we got it.
I want to do a headphone collab. We do know somebody at Audio Technica. I think they're still there.
I don't know if it's still there.
And the other thing is, I know people at Mass Drop. You know, we've had Drop.com. I don't know, they changed their name. And they have a lot of great relationships with headphone manufacturers. So, I would like to do it. My answer is I would love to do it, especially with a Japanese company. But I would be okay with an American company too. I just doing a headphone collab, I think is cool. You know, some kind of fancy wood or fancy, you know, blue finish to the headphone or earphones, whatever it is. And also just making like a super high end model. Like, you know, yeah. Anyway, I like my headphones. You guys know I like my headphones. Filth Thomas, any hints for Spring Summer 23 Aloha shirts? You will get hints in 2 to 3 weeks when we go to Montreal.
Yeah, we haven't seen any of those.
Well, we know the fabrics. It's just, you know, we haven't seen the sample yet. So when we are in the office, we're gonna have the office live streams. We're gonna show off some of the newest product that is. I mean, it's gonna be, when you see it, it's gonna be like, you know, 7 months before you're gonna get your hands on it, maybe more. But anyway, you guys get the super duper previews over here on the live stream. Jameson Keating, I have called out brands on their Instagram pages for ripping off Goku and Cell jeans. Well, there you go. You don't do that. You don't have to do that. Just like, you know, you don't need to be warriors for us, you know, in I don't want to create any kind of this, you know, whatever this chat is, it stays right here. You know, you don't need to go and do anything. I don't want to create any kind of back and forth or whatever. You just asked me about it. I'm telling you about it, but please don't go out and create any drama anywhere. It's not, anyways. Just I might have created the drama, but I didn't create the drama. I'm just letting you know in a brief way what some of the things that happen behind the scenes. But
well, the idea is that we have no intention of like confronting
I don't want to
people or like you know, it's in the past. It's in the past. Right. Just that's an explanation of how we got to this point where we don't.
That's it. That's it. Is there a brand? There is a brand that is doing Coca-Cola uniform shirts, Vitali. Yeah, that fabric has seen the rounds. I've noticed it. That isn't custom developed for us. That was made by a company that, you know, we work with, and, you know, we were in their showroom and we found it. We liked it. But that's actually some of the fabrics. I mean, I've seen other brands use this fabric, for example. One thing that, especially with the shirts, and let me tell you, you will see the same shirt fabrics that we use in a lot of different collections. It happens. And the reason for that is the minimums for making shirt fabrics are so through the roof. It's not like making denim. Like, the only people that can afford to like make custom fabrics in Japan are huge companies. All of the brand, like, you will see any of our brands on kind of our level, in that range, sometimes even higher end brands. I've seen, absolute super premium, high luxury brands use the same fabrics as us. The mills, they're like they operate in the same way as like us when we're doing wholesale. We make product, we sell it. They make product, they sell it. So their reps will approach different brands and say, hey, this is our new collection. What are the fabrics that you like here, here, and here? We like it. Oftentimes, we're, especially in the shirt world, our minds are in the same mindset. Like, the trends that are out there in the world, the things that we see, the things that we like. So we gravitate to some of the same fabrics. So you might see this from us. You might see this from somebody else. I've certainly seen this from other people. I've seen it for way higher price than we have had it out for. But so when it comes to shirting, there's a lot that is not proprietary. Most of what we do in our shirting is not proprietary. We are buying from collection, and we put it out in our own fits and things like that. So what you're getting is our fits. But you might see our fabrics that we use available somewhere else. But sometimes, and I'll tell you this right now, keep a keen eye on it. Sometimes you'll see some other brands say, and I've seen it on their websites, proprietary made, exclusively made. And I'm like, how is it exclusively made? You got it right there. We have it in our same collection. It's like in the same season. Like, I find that very disingenuous. So yeah,
it's possible that they believe that to be the truth.
That's possible also. Their sales rep might have said to them, we're going to make it exclusive for you. Yeah. And that's just the sales rep saying that to the brand, so the brand goes with it. Sure. And they're not looking around, to see, oh, that brand in Europe has it and this brand over here has it. Yeah. You can only see so much, right?
Mm-hmm. But we have had some custom made shirting fabrics, like the Street Fighter shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, that was very exciting. It's like we might not be able to make like the control which yarn we're gonna use to create the base fabric, but there is some freedom in, like, sometimes it's not a low minimum thing, but still there's some like creativity left in, like, when it's a Dobby fabric, maybe we can do a little bit of things, or jacquard fabrics,
or even prints. Like, I know with our kimono print shirts, like, I have books of old Japanese textiles, and I brought them, okay, I would like to do this print and this print and that print. And they're like, we can do it, but we can't make it exclusive, right? Like, unless you're going to buy a gajillion yards of this fabric, which, we can't because we don't sell that many shirts. They're like, we'll create it. We'll put it in our collection. We'll sell it. You can buy it. And I'm like, hey, I'm okay. Because that way I get what I want. I don't care who you sell it to. We have our own shirt. We have our own price point. We have our own fit. That's fine. And then maybe you'll see it somewhere else. Maybe you won't. But, we do work with our suppliers in that respect. So that's how the shirting business works. Okay. Wu-Tang jean jacket and jeans would be lit. Yeah. That's one thing that doing, we do these like film properties, cartoons and things like that. I like doing that stuff. I really like it. And then I guess, we have had people ask us in these chats and things like that, what about like, musical act collaborations, like Wu-Tang and things like that. And it's always like, I don't know how we approach that, right? Because on one hand, we're not trying to use celebrities, to promote our products, right? And I don't think that we would, because it's not like I would, like, if we were to do like a collaboration with, some band, right? A band, not some, whatever it is. like they're not going to do an ad for us. You know what I mean? It's like the way it works is like we would license their property and then we could create jeans based off of, something, right?
Yeah, in a way, it's just like the same thing as
it is
movies
kind of
and
the same
stuff.
thing as movies, but I guess because
You're dealing with like personalities
Yeah.
rather than like fictional characters.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little different.
so it's a little different, right? If we were to do, you do the Toxic Avenger is a fictional character. Anyway, Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh. Yeah, and it's like that belongs to that movie rather than like that person, the
Right.
actor or something.
So,
But yeah.
Yeah, well,
difficult.
it's something we're mulling over. We're certainly mulling that one over. Ton Hackett, I think there should be a movie review in addition to snack review, preferably Japanese, but American, fine too.
Yeah, I mean,
we do our snack reviews every week.
No, movie review.
Oh, movie review.
Yeah.
All right, movie review. Yeah.
No, but we do mention like it's not like a review, like
Yeah,
deep
yeah.
review, but we do talk about one movie each week
we try
at
to.
the end. So
Yeah, the Catman. That's why Wu-Tang works though. They have their alter egos. Yeah, look. As far as musical acts go, I think Wu-Tang would make sense, and especially because they have like an art style that is, I think it would lend itself to making some cool jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Gorillas would also be pretty cool. There's certainly a lot of acts that I think would be cool jeans. And that's what I like about these kinds of collaborations, because it makes our creativity, like how would you tailor a fabric to represent that? And that I feel like is a pretty cool way to do something. I've certainly talked about that a lot in the past. So yeah. Give us some time about that. Zotil Overdose. What about video games like Halo? Green Master Chief jeans would be cool. Yeah, I like video game stuff. Don't get me wrong. For me, if we're like first person shooter, it would be Doom or Quake would be my ultimate. Like, that would be my ultimate. Halo, I like Halo. Don't get me wrong. But I think I grew up playing the Xbox original. I still have, dude. You have no idea how many original Xboxes I had in my house. I was so Xbox upset. My Xbox Live account is from the first day. Like, that's how I'm a big Xbox guy. Back in the day, I used to have an Xbox at every TV in my mom's house when I was a teenager, because I was too lazy to move my Xbox around. Like, if I wanted to play in the living room TV because it's a better TV than my bedroom TV, I just bought another Xbox. I'm like, you know what? I like Xbox so much that I'm just gonna have an Xboxes everywhere. I played the crap out of it.
Just the fact that you had a TV in your bedroom is funny to me.
Definitely. Oh, you didn't have a TV in your bedroom?
Of course not.
Oh, right.
Of course not.
At one point, I had multiple TVs in my bedroom. Yeah. I was, I had like a 20-inch Sony flat screen Vega TV. And then I had a 27-inch also in my bedroom. I had a 32-inch, no, it's a 32? Yeah, I think it was a 32-inch Panasonic high-def flat screen, like tube flat screen Tau. So that was like Panasonic's highest end.
That's huge.
It was pretty big. 32. It weighed a ton.
Yeah.
It weighed a ton. Yeah, a 32-inch HD tube. And I remember, like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, my mom got rid of it, and like obviously because it was huge. But I regret it. Yeah, if we had a now, because I love retro games. Like, tube televisions are what like I want to play on. I had a PVM, a production video monitor, for a while. Sasha Yav. Oh gosh, we had a 55-inch tube HD TV.
How
You
does it
did
work?
not have a 55-inch tube. You probably had a rear projection. They were those big clunkers, but it was a rear projection. A tube was a glass front. The maximum a tube ever went to was 40 inches. It was a Sony TV 40-inch Vega tube XBR. I know this because I used to work in an electronics store and we got it, and that thing was like $5,000. It weighed an absolute ton. It was like 500 pounds. I remember doing deliveries for this thing. It would take 4 of us to lift it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It was insane.
Remember,
Yeah.
what was the
Yeah, we had a
TV
27-inch tube
27,
TV in one of our Montreal apartments that we had to carry down the stairs.
We wanted to just throw it out.
Yeah.
And we lived on the 3rd floor, I guess.
Yeah.
Third floor.
Yeah.
And then we had to carry, I just didn't think it was going to be that heavy. And it's like, even 3 steps with that was just
it was hell.
insane. It was
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. Pedro Cortez. Bahzad was living the lifestyles of the rich and famous. No, you know what it was? I was a teenager working, and I lived at home, and I had, relatively no bills, and I would buy things on Craigslist all day. Like, on the, buy-sell forums, everyone was getting rid of their tubes at that time, because, they were buying LCDs.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone wanted these big things out of their house, and I'm like, no. You want how much? $50 for that? Yeah, I'll take it. So I was good at collecting junk then, and I'm still good at collecting junk now.
I'm impressed that your mom was fine with you having TV in the room.
Yeah, I don't think there was no way around it. I had a computer. My brother had a computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
You already had a computer.
Yeah, we had all kinds of crap. We had when it comes to games, also. If mom might be watching, I don't think she could have controlled us because, we were just buying it. What are you gonna do? Get it out of
I don't
it's
know.
already
I was
here.
not allowed to buy. Even if I could afford it, I was not allowed to buy a TV for my room.
I remember buying a PlayStation 2, and my mom was very upset that I spent that much money on something. I spent.
How much was it?
It was a lot. I don't know. It might have been $500 or $600 for a PlayStation. A PlayStation 2 was a lot of money, and I was a teenager. I didn't I spent whenever I had money, I was very bad with my money when I was a kid. I just spent it all. I get my paycheck, and then a couple days later it was all gone because I would just buy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like you had. Yeah, it's different when you're a kid.
Richard Meza, old tube TVs were horrible, but so good. They were not. I'm a retro electronics nerd, and good tubes were good tubes. I mean, even old tube monitors, man, the resolutions that I remember changing from a 17-inch tube to my first LCD, which is 15-inch, and I'm like, what is this resolution? The resolution I was getting on my tube was so much better. Everything was way sharper, and then I had this LCD that took up 1/10 of the space, and I'm like, okay, it takes up way less space, but it sucks.
What are the TV where you look close enough that had a red, green, whatever
that's a tube.
screen? That's a tube.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Sasha, yeah. I wish I had a tube TV to play Smash Brothers on. None of my TVs have RGB cables. Those old TVs didn't actually have RGB. They had component video, and they had composite video, and they had S video. RGB is something a little bit different. You would find those on PVMs, which, anyways, if you want to get into nerdy gaming, classic gaming, what you want to find is a PVM, a production video monitor. That's the absolute best way you can go. You can still find them every now and then. Look on Craigslist. Look for PVMs. Look for tube TVs, or just look for tubes, because people are always getting rid of them. Sometimes, especially what it is TV stations. They might have just had a crap ton of them. And I remember where I got my PVM, it was a video production studio that was just getting rid of them. And I bought mine for $100, which they might be going for more now. But again, these take up a lot of space. Sometimes people just don't want them. You might be able to get a good deal on one. Let me show you my Rolls Royce of tubes, because I have. This is I have one. Hold on. I gotta show it to you.
Gotta show off whenever you can. yeah, I have no idea what he's talking about. But when are you gonna make long pants? Okay, we'll get into that later. I think we have talked about this in this live stream, but let's look at the TV
Look
first.
at that guy. This is my favorite tube television, and it weighs a lot. It's like 13 inches.
I like this because it's not ugly.
No, it's beautiful.
Old.
It's from a
It's
company
very-
called Brion Vega.
It just looks like what future looked like back then.
Yeah. Anyways, gonna sit up there. It is yeah, there you go. It is my absolute favorite TV I own. I have a couple of small, TVs like that. Most of them are still in Canada. But that thing, I love it. I have the black. It came in orange. It came in white. They are very hard to get. They're very expensive. I got that for a great deal. Can't believe I got the deal that I got on that. But if you can find one in your area, these were selling in in the early 2000s. This company had a resurgence in kind of like the luxury design world, and whoever bought one was just somebody with a lot of money who bought like this TV for its design. And maybe they are dumping them now, but I know when I see them on the resale market, it like I see that going for like $1,000 sometimes, and you might be able to find it cheaper in your part of the world. They might have been more accessible in your part of the world, especially in Europe. That is an Italian brand. Look it up, Brion Vega. The other one you want to look for is Bang & Olufsen. Bang & Olufsen made some incredibly beautiful styled tubes, and you can sometimes get them for a fantastic deal. I mean, they might have been $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 when they came out. In Montreal, there was one point like where we were trying to buy one. Somebody was getting rid of one for like $500. It had like this motorized stand on the bottom. It was really cool. Weighed a ton. Looked super cool. You have to have the space for it also. We ended up not getting it, but I still kind of want it. But look up Bang & Olufsen, Brion Vega. Those are the most beautifully styled tube TVs. Sony Vegas. Sony had a series called the Pro Art, and there was this one TV. I still would like to get it, but it's basically a giant cube. I'll have to find some pictures of it, put on my Instagram later. All my dream tube TVs. But yeah, I do play some of my retro games on that. It does a pretty good job. I mean, it's not the highest resolution, highest spec denim, highest spec TV, but
yeah, and I like this because it looks cool, and it also doesn't take up so much space. No. Like if you put it in like one of those like wall shelves, like if it's there and it just kind of
it's Pedro Cortez. Bahzad is a man of many passions. Yes, I have a lot of little hobbies. I when I get into things, I just get into them. I have a lot of headphones. I have a lot I like electronics. I like old stuff in general. That's mostly my hobbies. It's old stuff in general.
Yeah. Well, headphones are not.
Yeah, so I guess so. But like hi-fi, I don't know. All right. Well, there you have it. L was here. I think with the PVM, you can get a composite adapter card for compatibility. Yeah, there are. If you want to hook up like a modern console to a PVM, you can do it. Anyways, there's all kinds of devices out there. You go on YouTube and look up like PVM guide for retro gaming, and you'll find all kinds of crazy like 2-hour videos explaining everything you need to know about PVMs. There are a lot of good videos on that, so check it out. Pedro Cortez, I did the same thing when I was in high school. My check would be gone in the snap of a finger. $5.85 an hour pushing carts at a grocery store. Yeah. I worked for $6.85 an hour in a warehouse at an electronics store. Yeah. It's funny because I probably weighed like 100 pounds, and like I probably weighed 100 pounds on my best day. I was really skinny, and I remember my when I went for the interview, like the manager, big, he's like 6'6", huge, massive bear of a man, just big man, and he's like, you think you can move these heavy boxes? And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And he's like, all right, we'll give you a try. And I'm just like looking at this, and then I get there, and like we have speakers that are like 6 feet tall and like huge, and I'm pushing around TVs. And anyways, it was a fun job. I think I did a pretty good job there. But yeah,
Yeah, my first
685.
like job in the apparel, where like we had an in-house warehouse, and the warehouse was relatively big. It wasn't like huge, but it was like a decent sized warehouse, and there was one person who was dedicated to work there, aside from me, coming in to help. But this was this like Vietnamese lady who is like half my size,
yeah,
and she was also like older.
yeah.
And I was like,
But she
"How
was
is
a
this
trooper.
working?"
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
sometimes there's just these troopers out there.
Yeah.
Sasha Yap, I wish 3D TVs didn't die off. I love 3D movies. I like them in the theaters. I never got into them at home so much. I never got into them at home. My current TV doesn't do 3D, so
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't want to see it.
yeah.
in 3D.
But
I like
yeah,
the idea.
yeah.
I just don't
yeah.
like 3D movies. Yeah, I don't know. It's not meant for that.
Okay. I Wallen. Bahzad, do you have any Stax headphones? I do not have any Stax headphones. Got these Fostex. I've got some Odyssey. I've got some what do I have? I'm just trying to remember. The Sennheiser HD6XX. I've got some Sony wireless the XM4s, the wireless headphones. I got the XM3 wireless earbuds. I've got a million just earphones. I just have a drawer full of them. I used to buy a lot. Like every week I was buying a new one. So yeah, I got a lot. But no Stax. I wouldn't mind. And I also would like to get some higher end Odyssey headphones as well. So I have that pair of EL8s. They were got those right when they came out, but the LCD2 classics. I mean, if I can afford, maybe one day the LCD 4s or 5s, but those are like $5,000 headphones. I don't make that kind of money.
Well, you're also like getting into watches, which is even
Yeah,
more
watches
expensive. So I don't know. You gotta allocate your money.
That's
to,
it. Stax L300 are my white whale. All right. Well, I hope you kill the white whale.
I don't know when you say what it's
your grail. Like that's the one you want to get. Like that's the one I'm chasing.
But is it like it's hard to get?
It might be, or it just might be prohibitively expensive. So you just have to get there. Sasha Yav, I love my HD 600s. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a pair of HD 800 Sennheisers. Also, I want those in the collection. Yeah, there you go. Todd Hackett, Sennheiser HD 800s here. Great headphone. Kenny Ingram, one question I've had for a long time is, why don't you specify which mills make every particular fabric you sell for neurotic guys like me? I will answer that one, no problem. The reason why is because I don't want to make it easier for people to copy us. One thing that certainly happens at every production meeting we go to is, hey, did you know so-and-so was here asking about your fabrics? Hey, so-and-so was here asking about your fabrics. Hey, so-and-so was here asking about your fabrics. I don't want to make it easier for them to know where we get what. So we don't put that out there. Also, I don't think that it's very indicative of quality. If I say it came from this mill or that mill or the other mill, well, all of those mills make everything. They make from this quality to that quality. And I do feel that sometimes people are putting this quality fabric, putting the label on there. Look, there's brands that are definitely buying the higher end fabric. Don't get me wrong. But because nobody knows the difference, right? let me put it to you this way. When Uniqlo makes their made in Japan jeans using Japanese fabric, it comes from one of those mills. But believe me, they're not buying the toppest end fabric that they produce. But they put the name of the mill on that jean. It comes from this mill, blah, 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 blah. But they're relying on the reputation of the highest end stuff that they make to sell, their entry level stuff, right? So you might see that label somewhere, but it doesn't automatically really mean anything. Is that fabric good? Yeah, I would say that it's good, but it's not indicative of like what level you're getting. So there's that too. But mostly it's because I don't want people to. You don't want to like the restaurant doesn't give away their recipes. I'm not giving away our recipes either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we don't need to use the mills' names to, bump up our products.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's just like a lot of the times, it's like that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Really, like just because like you have heard of certain mills and it's like, oh, this is from a mill that I recognize. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's just giving you like confusing information because you might not know about like other mills, but that really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, right.
That's just
That's
maybe
true.
It's a smaller mill or
That's true.
I don't know. It's just
Sasha Yav moon drops are very popular lately. Or moon drop headphones. I've seen them. I don't have a pair. I would like to have a pair. Horology homies. Last watch you purchased. It was a Omega Z33 Space Master. The other day I was at Swatch, just dropping in. So I was just dropping in because we were in the area. We had a meeting. And I figured, hey, let's just drop in and see if they got the moon swatch. Go in there, and then the lady was very nice, actually. And she's like, yeah, we don't have them right now. And I could kind of tell something was, she was holding something back. And she was like, yeah, maybe come and check in a little while.
No, she didn't flat out say there was going to be a
she didn't say there was today. Right, but she did kind of hint that like maybe something's going to happen today. So she's like, yeah, just maybe walk around for a while and come back. She's like, go get a coffee.
She also she couldn't say stay here because obviously as a shop person you don't want to encourage people to just wait around all day. So
we went out, we got a coffee. We came back, and as soon as we came back, she saw us, and she's like, oh, you just missed it. And so there was like a lineup of people in the store.
When we were like walking towards the store, like there was like a couple people with the bags, and it's like, okay, well,
we just literally missed it. So
she did also say that
they literally come every day.
They come every day, but literally it goes like away in minutes. Like it's a matter of minutes because there's people who are like, maybe they're not necessarily in store. I'm sure some people are just hanging out in the store all day, but like they just have some kind of information, like whatever, and then they just come and snatch it like at the moment the deliveries are made. Yeah. So unless you're willing to get in on that or wait around all day, I think the chances of getting that watch at this point is it's just slim.
Very random. So anyways, I missed out on it by seconds. I do want to own one. I mean, I'm not dying to get one. Like, if eventually I'll get one or two. The other watches on my dream list right now are I want an Omega X33 Skywalker edition, and there's an Omega Chrono Quartz that I really want. It's like a digital watch with a digital analog. It's like rectangular, and there's also this like vintage Omega like LCD watch that I want as well. It's all Omega. Anyways, I gotta make a lot more money. I'm just not in that. I'm not in the bracket. I'm in the bracket to browse. I'm not in the
browsing is free.
Browsing is free. I'm in the browsing market right now. I just look at old watches and I'm like, wow, I'd like to have that one day, and maybe I will. But Not there.
Very.
Okay, I was Ton Hackett. I was satisfied with my purchase of the Tokushima Natural Indigo Hand-dyed Intangible Cultural Treasure Selvedge Denim, but now I am pretty happy. I was satisfied, but now I'm pretty happy about it. Well, I'm glad. That was the that was the longest name of any jean ever made. I think we have the heaviest jean ever made. We've beaten that record multiple times. We've made, I think, the lightest jeans. We've had some 5 ounce, we had the 5.5 ounce. We've made all kinds of first ofs, and we also have the longest name of any jean ever with the Tokushima Natural Indigo Hand-dyed Intangible Cultural Treasure Selvedge Denim. And then if you want to add the fit, the weird guy, super guy. So we got it there. Great jean, MIJ11. Is the MIJ11 going to have an even longer name? Tokushima Natural Kakishibu Hand-dyed. Yeah, so it'll technically be longer because Kakishibu is a longer word
than indigo.
Yeah. So yes, the MIJ11, the Kakishibu edition of that. So natural persimmon dyed by hand. So yarns dyed by hand in natural persimmon dye. MIJ11 coming out this fall. That's gonna have a pretty long name. Smoke writes, what about AirPods Max? I don't have AirPods. I don't have AirPods Max. I barely have any Apple products, actually. But yeah. Jameson Keating, can you give any details about the Denali exclusive fit? I think it's called Johnny Guy. It is called the Johnny Guy. You're going to have to wait for John, to explain that all to you guys. I'm leaving it to them. That's their gene. That's John's creation. We're going to let him do the talking there. So you want to follow Denali Clothing from Winnipeg, Canada. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Why?
Canada.
Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Sorry. Well, I was like, Winnipeg, Winnipeg is in Manitoba. Canada. Great people. John Jacob. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. That's my name too. He is a lover of denim. Fantastic resource. Great guy. Knows his stuff. And very, very passionate. Yeah. He's like the top 1% of passionate denim nerds out there.
And he's so nice. Yeah. Like he's going to any question you have, he's going to answer it. He's happily.
Yeah. No question about it. He is one of the best denim salespeople in the world. In the whole world. Whole entire world, John Jacob at Denali is. And this is his jean made with, what he wanted to see in the jean. We made it for him. It's the Johnny Guy. You're going to be able to get it exclusively at Denali. I don't know what the release schedule is for them yet, but you're going to have to follow them on Instagram to get the lowdown on that. Phil Thomas. I just picked up a vintage McDonald's Fire King mug. Love it. Thanks for the inspo. I'm glad you picked one up. Anytime you see one of those, pick them up. Pick them up. Those are great.
McDonald's ones are surprisingly out there.
Yeah. They're certainly more common, but becoming less common. If you ever see one in a vintage shop or a thrift store or whatever, you get them for don't pay $50 for one. That's what you'd pay in Japan for one. But in the West, I feel like you find them for $10 ish. Pick it up. And even if you're not gonna use it or whatever, pick it up and then let me know. I'll take it off your hands. Rights W5, eBay, cheap, cool, vintage watches. Yeah, I
would be nervous about
right. I would be a little nervous about that. I guess you have buyer protection and things like that. It's just I don't know how to authenticate this stuff really. But yeah, I would have to figure that out especially for the. But then again, I wonder how many fakes of particular vintage watches that they made. Non really mainstream watches like the Chrono Quartz Omega. Porter Lou. When you make your heavier denim products, How heavy is the fabric available from the mills prior to having to collaborate to go outside of their standard weights? Most mills, let me put it to you this way: not all mills can make heavyweight denim, or not all mills want to make heavyweight denim.
Especially heavyweight.
Yeah,
Selvedge.
like above 16 ounces, it's actually just a handful of places that will even make it. So the ones that will make it have they can make it, so it's really not an issue. And then there's other mills that are just like, no, we don't do it.
Yeah, but like running fabric, like meaning the fabric that mills make constantly, just as things to sell, not custom made for a brand.
I don't think there's any.
It only goes up to like maybe 15, 16.
Yeah,
like that's probably the most.
Yeah, heavyweight isn't running. Like that's not something.
Yeah, anything above that, I don't think it has to be a special order.
Yeah. How's the 15th anniversary jeans coming along? They're coming along, and when you join us on the July 15th live stream, you may see them there. Okay. The Moore. How about a denim coverall or U.S. Army type flight suit? Yeah, I kind of want to do it. We've done coveralls before.
And we keep saying that we will bring it back.
I think it just keeps getting
it's
forgotten about.
Kind of one of those things where like it's not gonna be the most popular item.
Yeah.
So it kind of gets pushed.
Yeah.
In the schedule.
For the Ghostbusters collaboration, we were gonna do a flight suit. So I was doing my research on the uniform that the Ghostbusters were wearing, and they said that the uniform was, based off of like a whatever model U.S. Army flight suit. I bought the flight suit. We were talking with the Ghostbusters team, and they were like, you can come and see the original ones. Like, they were inviting us to come to their HQ, and they're like, you can come, you can see the originals if you need to take pictures or whatever. And they even provided us with like super high-res images of the actual uniforms from the film that were used in the film. And like, we were working on it. But it came to the point at we're like, how many of these are we going to sell? So, yeah, that one, I would say it went 40% of the planning phase before we're we're gonna spend a lot of time developing this, and we're gonna make maybe 50 of them. It just kind of was I don't know if this is worth it. So that idea got scrapped, but it was pretty close to happening. Right 75. Be aware of the radium though. Yeah, radium on vintage wristwatches. They're a little radioactive with the little glowy stuff. So I guess if you don't wear that watch every day, you're certainly going to be less exposed to that kind of thing. But I think it is a known issue. It is a known issue of people. I think they get cancer from it. And
I mean, those girls who worked in the factory. They died.
Right. The paint. Right. Yeah. So, that is certainly something to be aware of. Be careful. Be careful out there with your vintage watches. Don't wear them every day. Mel, I know I'm late. Any news on the Firebird jeans? The Firebird jeans are going to come out this fall. We're going to have a full fall overview video coming out by the end of July. So the website's going to be flipped over in the next couple of weeks. So watch out for that. Okay. You know what? We talked about the MIJ11. We actually have the MIJ10 here that we can show off. So let's do that. So we've got both the jeans and the jean. I'm going to put on the jean jacket.
Okay. Here is the MIJ10. MIJ10 is Okayama Spirit fabric. So this is the original Okayama Spirit from what year was it?
Ooh, 2012 maybe?
2012.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's the texture of the fabric is very beautiful. It's unsunfrized fabric.
Yeah.
But for MIJ, we're doing the
Tempe
Tempe
treatment.
treatment. So even like Tempe treatment, it really makes that like fabric really bumpy and like
and plumps up the
yeah,
yarns.
exactly.
So you get a much more slubbier texture from this Tempe treatment. And the Okayama Spirit was that fabric that really helped put Naked and Famous Denim on the map.
Mm-hmm.
You know, slubby denims at the time weren't, you know, people didn't know about it. It was still very like, you had to be really into the raw denim world to like know about these kind of textured fabrics. So, you know, we put it out there. We put it out at a great price point, under $200. People are like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I would say that unsanfrized fabrics were still very like, you know, I don't know, you know, what we know now, still like there's a lot of questions about raw denim now, but like in the early, you know, in the late 2000s, early 2010s, people were still learning a lot about raw denim as they were getting into raw denim. You know, they hear these words unsanfrized, slubby, and we kind of brought a lot of these things into the forefront in one gene. And the first Okayama Spirit was a shrink to fit model. So people had to deal with the shrinkage. And I would say that back then, you know, we didn't have, like, we would have the measurement guides, but like we didn't have the shrinkage guides. So like there was a lot of guesswork still happening back then. So anyways, with this, we got rid of all the shrink for you. You don't have to worry about that. Available in Super Guy, Weird Guy, and Easy Guy. So you got, and denim jacket. So a lot of options. Great fabric texture.
MIJ details that you don't get in Made in Canada version. You know, raised belt loops. Got very nice texture here. The Canada maple leaf embroidery on the pocket. We got a MIJ girl.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Not the Tragic Blonde. This is the Flower of Carnage. Yeah, so we've got that on the sheepskin leather here.
Yeah.
We've got hidden rivets on the inside. So you got the rivets on the inside that you don't see on the outside, right? You've got the two-tone colored stitching here as well. So you've got the yellow and the orange, very vintage style. You've got the selvage fly, right? So you got the selvage fly on the inside. Again, that's just a little hidden secret detail for you. Peekaboo selvage ID here on the coin pocket. Real copper rivets. So these are going to oxidize. 100% iron buttons. So it's iron cap, iron bottom. These are going to rust. Whenever you see iron buttons, it's usually just the cap. It's like the top of the cap. This is 100% iron through and through. This is super rare. Super rare. So like if you take a magnet to this, it'll be magnetic. You'll see it'll attract to it. We got the little diagonal stitch here on the button here. Again, another vintage style detail. And one thing that I like that we do that is pretty unique is the micro busted out seam. So it's really thin here on the inside. Let's see if I get the right angle. You know, on the Naked and Famous Denim ones, you know, we have I would say more of a traditional width with the selvage IDs, just a little bit wider. Here we just do it real nice and tight, which I think is a fun detail. Union Special chain stitch hems, you name it, jam-packed full of details with the best fabrics, and price point on these, $315. So, you know, it is a premium price point, but it is not like through the roof premium price point. Jacket's gonna be a little expensive though. Yeah, maybe $4 something. Jackets are pretty expensive to make. I mean, it's $315 considering the world we're in right now. So $494 on the jacket. So the jacket is definitely a much more expensive item. A lot more work to make a jacket. You got the side pockets here, the stealthy side pocket, so you don't see that ugly welt pocket here on the side. You got the pockets on the inside as well. Chest pockets, selvage all along the inside. Great jacket. Are the MIJ's fast faders. This fabric is going to be a great fader. When we go, we have some Okayama Spirits in the archive that we can photograph, and we can show you just how these are going to fade. These we will have some beautiful examples to show you before they come out. So we'll get those photos up for you sooner than later. Are iron buttons an old 1800s thing from the first jeans? I don't know if they're...
I mean, like, when you look at, like, old vintage jeans,
Yeah.
like, the buttons rusted, so
Yeah.
that probably means they're iron.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know if they're 100% iron back then, but we just like the idea of doing iron buttons.
yeah, because of the rusting
Yeah.
properties. Because nowadays, like, all regular jeans have, like,
Like, they're a alloy, so
Yeah.
there's, like, tin and stuff in there.
yeah, so, like, it doesn't rust.
Yeah. So when your jeans fade, they fade, but the hardware stays, you know,
I mean,
they'll
it gets, like,
patina a
scratched,
little
yeah,
bit, right? But
but-
they don't rust.
Yeah.
But when you see those olden day jeans, they rust.
Yeah.
The copper rivets turn green, and they start to, like, you know, get that cakey,
Mm-hmm.
oxidization on it. So
So we moved away from that
Yeah.
because those are, like, gross.
defects, you know.
And then we're coming
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
that because that adds character.
Yeah. So that's why that's there. Not only
Yeah.
does the denim fade, but the hardware fades as well, and that's pretty rare. So, you know, in 100 years or 1,000 years, if somebody were to dig up this jean, you know, the labels are gone and they're trying to figure it out, they might actually have a hard time dating this, because
I don't know.
maybe not. I guess maybe they'll have the
Science can figure it out.
science can figure it out. But I mean, at first glance, it might be one of those things where, like, oh well, it's got rusted hardware, so that might put it at this age. But then they'll be like, but actually, in the 20s and the 2000s, there were some reproduction brands that were making these jeans. There's gonna be some
Yeah.
actually. What are some of the determining factors behind how fast jeans will fade beyond wear? Some jeans are notorious for being stubborn to fade. Venomous
Mhm.
Teddy. I would say it's the indigo penetration, which is going to be the number one factor. Heavyweight denim tends to fade faster because the yarns are thicker and you don't penetrate the core as much when you're rope dyeing that. So because there's a lot more white space in the center core of the yarn, the indigo fades away and you see the results of that a lot faster.
Yeah, and heavyweight also means like thicker yarns.
Yeah.
And obviously it's a woven material, so there's like like very small space between them. So it basically it's like a bigger ridge
Yeah.
than lightweight fabrics are because each yarn is thinner.
And
like
more
we don't
uniform.
have like
Yeah.
that much of that texture to begin with. So even if it's not slubby, it still creates that like that difference in the height
Yeah.
of the height.
Yeah, like the
You know.
verticality of it. Like, the
Yeah.
height, the 3D-ness of it.
Yeah.
And that's why slubby denim tends to fade faster as
Right.
well, because these bumps in the fabric, like these cotton nubs, they're getting the most abrasion,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And so it makes it, it's
Easier to
easier
see
to
the
see
fade. Yeah.
happening. So
Yeah.
that would be, I guess,
What
the
was
most.
the question again?
What are some determining factors?
Oh,
Like, I
yeah,
would say
yeah.
that those are
Yeah.
those are probably the most.
Yeah, and also I mean, with like the obviously deep indigo ones,
Mhm.
like when you try to accomplish a really dark shade of indigo by dyeing it so many times, it's harder to get off
Yeah.
the jeans. And there's certain things where like our indigo selvage is very slow to fade,
Yeah.
and it's not particularly heavyweight.
Yeah.
It's not particularly like super dark either, but it just
Yeah,
is.
It's just sometimes look. Some people want very, very quick results, and if you want quick results, washing more often, wearing a slubbier fabric, even short slub denim will give you a little bit more of a
Mhm.
faster, fade
Mhm.
appearance. But I also find that when you're wearing raw denim in general, there just comes a point where everything just starts to like, go. right? Like you've worn them, maybe you might not see some wear for like 3 or 4 months. You're wearing them like, they just don't seem like they faded that much. But then you hit like the 8-9 month mark, and you're like, wow. But you will also notice it more when you document your fades. Like, if you take photos of your jeans, because everything's happening so gradually, sometimes you just feel like there isn't anything happening here, and you don't notice it as much. But when you compare it from new to like, 8 months down the road, you'll see it.
Yeah.
Washing certainly helps your jeans fade faster as well. So yeah, hope that answers your question. James and Keating. That was my favorite part I discovered about my E-Hondas. My first pair of raw denim, the faux slubbiness from the thick yarns. I'm presuming you're talking about fading. Wallen, I'm so sad I missed the Street Fighter jeans. Hopefully a Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter Alpha collection happens sometime in the future. I wouldn't mind an Alpha collection. Alpha more than Street Fighter 3, because at least in the Alpha series, Alpha 1, 2, and 3, or 0, 1, 2, and 3, whatever you want to call it, you get a lot more of the more recognizable Street Fighter characters. I feel like in Street Fighter 3, the Dudleys, the Elenas, the Remys, the Qs, a lot of people they're not as, unless you're a big Street Fighter fan, you don't remember these characters.
Give me the example of the other ones that you think is more recognizable.
I mean, Balrog, Sagat, M. Bison, like they're all in the Street Fighter Alpha series. Even Sakura, like Sakura is from the Alpha series, but is more recognizable than like Remy. Nobody.
Sakura, I know.
Yeah.
She's from another game or something. Right?
Well, her first appearance was from Street Fighter Alpha 2, but she was in other games. Like she was in Rival Schools. What other Street Fighter games was she in? Or Capcom games. Anyways.
So we did a bunch of characters from Street Fighter 2. And I mean, obviously some of them,
they find themselves in the Alpha series.
Yeah.
And I also like the Alpha. I like the Street Fighter 3 art style a lot. I really like the Street Fighter 3 art style. I like the Alpha art style, especially Alpha 3. Alpha 2, Alpha 3, fantastic art style. There's a lot to do with Alpha. I think
if we were to do the Alpha series or whatever, then would we bring back some of the iconic characters?
Yeah, of course. I think so. Yeah. Right. Because there's also a difference between Street Fighter 2 Ken and Alpha Ken. Akuma's in there as well. I mean, that'd be fun. I mean, we did Akuma, but we could do Akuma again. So
that is by far the most requested.
Gene we've ever made. Yeah. So that would be something we could bring back. So we have to, maybe we'll check in with Capcom. That's a good idea. I would love to do Marvel vs. Capcom. Give me Marvel 2. If we could do Marvel vs. Capcom 2, that'd be incredible. Marvel
That's
2.
Just like so much like.
Yeah, it's too complicated in the life. Even the reason why they can't like re-release the game is because the licensing issues between Marvel and and it's a whole mess. That's why like when Marvel like Marvel 3 came out, like wait, what was it? Marvel 4. I forget what they call it. Anyways, it didn't have like a bunch of recognizable Marvel characters. Like it just was missing so many like of the characters you wanted in the game that like people just didn't play it as much. Although they did have characters that were basically the same fighting style, it's just there's something about your character. Like if I use Wolverine, or I use Captain America, you use you're that guy in those other games. Like, I want to be that. I don't want to have another character who plays like them. I want to be Wolverine. You know what I mean? Yeah. You don't know what I mean because you've never played fighting games.
That's not true. I played Street Fighter.
You played Street Fighter 2 the other day. Yeah. Yeah. White Lightning, aka Aqua, Street Fighter Alpha, Cody, Guy, Gen, Dan. Yeah. I mean, also the melding of the Street Fighter and Final Fight worlds in the Alpha series happens. Like, I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know, Final Fight the game Final Fight was originally going to be Street Fighter 2. And it was called like Street Fighter 89. And, you know, went from a fighting game to a beat 'em up game. And then they made Street Fighter 89 became Final Fight. But a lot of over time, a lot of those Final Fight characters found themselves in the Street Fighter world and in Alpha. So you would see Sodom, he was in Alpha 1. He was the second boss in Final Fight. Then Guy and Cody made appearances. Hagar showed up in Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So also in Street Fighter 6, which got announced recently, there's a lot of like Final Fight references. So actually it's the same, like Street Fighter and Final Fight is the same world.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same world.
They're also all both by Capcom.
They're by Capcom. Mm-hmm. Poison is in Street Fighter 4. That's right. So Poison is a Hugo, right? So yeah, all the Final Fight characters find themselves in Street Fighter, or pretty much have. I mean, there's not so many that haven't yet, but yeah. And then yeah. Anyways, I was gonna talk about Hugo and Alex's like. Hugo is like Andre the Giant, mm-hmm. and Alex from Street Fighter 3 is like Hulk Hogan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're.
Do they look like?
Yeah, they look like them, and like in Street Fighter 3, when Hugo and Alex are fighting, you do like this pose down, and it's like Andre and Hulk from WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Okay. Street Fighter Alpha, yeah, it had more to do with Disney not wanting to include characters they did not have the movie licenses for. Yeah, it's. I can imagine. Yeah, it's Disney, Marvel. It's so complicated with the licensing on that. So, anyways, I would love to do it one day, but I think I'll. Anyways, I'm gonna talk to Brandon after this. Maybe we'll give Capcom a shout. Maybe we can do something with Alpha. Mm-hmm. I know that with Street Fighter 6 coming out, they might want to, promote Street Fighter a little bit more, so it might be good timing for that. So, let's see. Also, Street Fighter 4 is starting to come up in, like, in a nostalgic way.
When did it come out?
When did it come out? Like 2007, I feel like that. Mm-hmm. Right?
I mean, I guess it's
starting, yeah. It's starting to come up. Like, I see, like, videos on YouTube and stuff, like, people playing Street Fighter 4 again, and just, like, it's kind of cool. 2009, if I missed any, 2009. Mm-hmm. So, it's...
Still 13 years.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, yeah.
I played Street Fighter 4 a lot more than I played Street Fighter 5, probably just because of my age and the amount of time that I had. But, yeah. Street Fighter 4 had some of the best Evo tournaments. Street Fighter 4 I really enjoyed Street Fighter 4. I had a lot of fun with that. Riley O'Brien, would you say the Yahan Power Stretch is similar to the Indigo Power Stretch, Black Stretch in terms of their material snapback abilities? Anytime we use the word power stretch, it is the same base fabric. So what we're doing is we're changing, the warp or the weft in terms of color, but it is the same construction, it's the same material. So you will see like that 95 cotton, 5% stretch, power stretch denim, always made with the same construction, just different color.
But Yahan is
like an indigo black color.
Yeah, indigo black warp, white weft, whereas black power stretch is black. Like it's very black. Yeah. So that's the difference.
Okay. Haha. Any previews for today? We just did the MIJ11, my friend. We just did the MIJ11. Anyways, we're coming up on 2 hours. So we're going to hit movie time.
Okay.
Then we're going to hit snack time. And then we got to run because we actually we're going to the beach. We're going to the beach today. So, and we got fireworks, so we're gonna blow up some stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna celebrate
Canada
Day a day late. Yeah, but that's okay.
Or the 4th of July, just a little bit early. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so let's hit it because we're going to the beach and we're gonna be going into the water.
Dun dun
dun dun. So we got Jaws. Obviously a great beach themed movie. A little scary. I don't want to get eaten by a shark today. I had a customer, a fan on Instagram. He did a little Jaws. Did you see that? I posted it. I reposted their story. They did a little Jaws themed Naked and Famous Denim. Basically, the jeans were eating him. It was pretty cool. It was Jaws themed, and so I thought you know what, Jaws, we're going to the beach. That guy did that video. I put it on our Instagram stories the other day. So
I have a question about
Yeah.
this. Like, Jaws, sometimes people call it horror.
yeah,
Is this a horror?
I guess so. There is a monster. The monster is a
Yeah, but monster
Yeah.
movies are not really horror movies. Like, Godzilla is not a horror. Is it?
I don't know. Godzilla is not a horror. Godzilla is kind of its own thing, right?
Mhm.
Well, the first Godzilla movie, a drama, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is more of a drama, like suspense.
It's a
drama?
disaster film.
But also
Yeah.
monster film. Like monster film
right.
is different. Whereas like I don't know if Jaws is a monster film because I mean it's a real animal.
Yeah. More suspense than horror, right? Yeah, it is.
Mhm.
It is a hard movie to classify, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess no movie needs to just be in one section.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a good question. So anyways, we recommend Jaws for your summer entertainment.
Yeah. You may obviously most people probably have seen it, but watch it again.
Yeah, I got a great Jaws poster last year. I feel it was last year. A lenticular poster of this,
Mhm.
so it's like a reflecty kind of thing. But Mondo, there's a company called Mondo that does like records and posters and all kinds of stuff. And they just released a Jaws 1, 2, and 3 poster set, which I didn't buy, which I'm regretting right now. Maybe if it's still available, I will buy it. Oh yeah, see, it's Jaws 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, go to mondoshop.com if you want to buy some cool movie posters or movie related memorabilias.
I didn't know there was a Jaws 3. I knew there was
Jaws 3D. We were talking about 3D movies, but yeah, this poster is pretty nice, I have to say.
Yeah, very
so
cool.
maybe check that out. We did go on the Jaws ride when we were at Universal
Yeah, I was
Studios
just gonna
Japan.
say.
That was a lot of fun. The
Mhm.
lady on the boat, I'm not going to ruin it. You know what? If you haven't seen it, it's got action, it's got fire, it's got explosions.
Mhm.
Man,
The ride?
yeah,
Yeah.
I've
yeah.
definitely ruined it for you all.
No, it's fun. It's great.
It's great. It was a great ride.
It's like a jungle cruise kind of ride, but
with guns
yeah,
and explosions.
yeah, it's great.
Pedro Cortez, Bahzad, how many posters you got? A lot. Well, I mean, I don't have hundreds, but
Yeah, but the weird thing is we have no poster hanging up on the walls.
yeah, none yet. I have to get the right
Yeah,
frame for it, and they're
Yeah.
big, so they're.
yeah. I definitely want one in
The
the
beach house.
washroom.
Oh, in the washroom.
Because
Yeah.
we have a nice white wall
Yeah.
there. We don't have a lot of white walls in this
Yeah.
apartment.
It's all concrete walls. So
Mhm.
yeah, and then to go with Jaws, we have
Yeah. Well, it's kind of half open,
a
but
sea-themed
Kit Kat,
snack,
ocean salt.
ocean salt. So we've
And
got
it's
Jaws
like nice cute dolphin on
and
that
a cute
thing.
dolphin. So
Yeah.
there you have it. What a combination! Let's check out the ocean salt Kit Kats.
Oh,
From-
I got a seahorse on mine.
Oh, I got a seahorse on mine too.
Oh, I guess
So
it's
these
everything.
are just little mini
Oh.
packs.
It tells you how to make a sea turtle origami style with the packaging.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah,
All right, I'm not going to attempt that right now.
it's probably
Yeah.
gonna take a few minutes.
Yeah, but
So-
ocean salt Kit Kat. I do find that these Kit Kats, once you get into the flavored ones, they all just kind of start tasting the same.
Yeah, because they use white chocolate as
Yeah.
a base, and they put whatever
Yeah.
flavor.
Um,
And white chocolate is very overpowering.
yeah.
Power
Pedro
Rings.
Cortez, is that an exclusive Kit Kat? Don't think I've ever seen those in the U.S. Japan has exclusive Kit Kats for every region of Japan every month. Every time you go to the store, there will be a new flavor of Kit Kat
Yeah.
somewhere. They I don't know how they come up with so many flavors, but they also do like weird variations of flavors. Like they'll have Aomori apples, and then they'll have a different version of apple, and they
have apple pie.
Yeah.
And they have
so
like-
they'll have a
But
lot of
this
the
one is, I think, it's like a summer edition.
yeah
Because in summer, obviously ocean, but like also salt. Salt flavor is like really
Yeah.
huge in the summer.
In the summertime.
You need salt.
yeah. So Smells like white chocolate. A little sour tasting.
I don't taste. It tastes almost like yogurty.
I get the salt at the end there. I get it.
You get it?
It's okay.
Yeah. It's very white chocolate.
Yeah, it's all white chocolate. It's all white chocolate. When you come to Japan, here's a pro tip. Don't spend all your money on Kit Kats. I used to do this because I used to just get all excited about all the different flavors of Kit Kat. And like, two things. At the airport, they have packages of cartons of Kit Kats that you can buy. And they're like $15, $17 a carton. And I'd buy like 4 different cartons. So I'd end up spending like $60, $70 on Kit Kats. And
it adds up.
Adds up real fast. And then I bring them home and I start handing them out to everybody. What you do is you go to, so there's a place called Don Quixote, which has every flavor of Kit Kat. And they're everywhere. Like Don Quixote is, in every like major area, there's a Don Quixote. So you will find it. Then they'll have like the wall of Kit Kats. They'll have every flavor. Buy like these bags. These bags are like $3, right? They come with like a bunch of like these mini packs. And then you hand these out to people when you come back, right? And you get like 5 or 6 of these bags, right? So you spend $20. You get a bunch of different flavors, and then you can give your friends like 4 or 5 different flavors instead of like one regular size pack of Kit Kats.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to bring back something special from Japan without breaking the bank that people will enjoy.
Yeah, because they get to try different flavors.
Yeah.
But if you want to like give somebody like a proper gift that looks like a gift,
Yeah.
Don
Also,
Quixote, they also have, or at airports, they also have like a box.
yeah, premium.
Like, premium kinds that looks like really nice and presentable.
Like they have sake flavored ones.
Yeah.
With real sake in it.
Yeah.
Like it can't be amazing, but
yeah, I
it's
haven't
there.
tried that yet. Like it's just it's not interesting to me.
Yeah. Rice W5. Kit Kat, a food we have in the UK. Yeah, pretty international, but Japan has the advantage on crazy flavors. They have a lot of flavors here. Yeah. Okay. James and Keating, this is gonna be the last message of today's live stream. James and Keating, I have a poster from the first Godzilla movie in my bathroom. I put it there because my girlfriend's mom is afraid of Godzilla. It actually works really well in there. Well, there you go. Everybody, scare your mom, scare your mother-in-law.
Why would you want to scare her?
Because it's fun. It's fun. You got to have a little fun. So, there you go. Everybody, thanks so much for joining us for another weekly live stream here. You've been fantastic. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We will be back again next Friday. Same Raw Denim time, same Raw Denim channel right here, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Naked Famous Denim YouTube channel. If you want to follow our personal hijinks, follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is Bahzad, Bahzadt. Risa is
RISAITOGRAM, Recitogram.
Recitogram, or I'm sure I've tagged her in one of my photos somewhere if you want to find her that way. So there you go. Have a nice weekend, everybody. Do something nice for somebody. Happy Canada Day. Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, enjoy the long weekend.
Enjoy the long weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything stupid. I'm going to go be playing with fireworks, so just hope I don't blow myself up. So there we go. We'll see you next time. All right. Bye, everyone.